Take a look at some live pictures from the U.S. Capitol. America's 41st president, George H.W. Bush, is lying in state and being honored by the public.
The final farewell to the president has moved from Texas to Washington, D.C.
Mr. Bush being remembered as a patriot and humble servant. KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan has more on this emotional day. Dave?
It really is, and there were hundreds of people lined up to try to get into the Capitol Rotunda earlier today. This is the first presidential state funeral in 12 years, and President George Herbert Walker Bush will lie in state at the Capitol until a funeral service on Wednesday. But there were still signs of hard feelings between the Bush family and President Trump. The president will attend the cathedral funeral service for former President Bush, but he will not deliver a eulogy as serving presidents normally do. And the president and first lady paid respects to President Bush, but not until the Bush family had departed the Capitol this evening. With camera shutters clicking, President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump visited the flag-draped casket of former President George Herbert Walker Bush in the Capitol Rotunda Monday evening, paying his respects with a salute for the deceased president. But the bitterness between the two families has reportedly not been entirely erased. The New York Times reports President Trump was not invited to eulogize President Bush at the religious service on Wednesday marking his death, nor did he speak today at the Rotunda.
President Bush was a great leader who made a great difference in the life of this nation.
Instead, Vice President Mike Pence represented the Trump administration, praising President Bush and telling a story about a letter and autographed photograph Bush sent to Pence and his son less than 4 months ago in response to a request from the vice president, whose son is a Marine aviator.
In words that assured us that the letter came directly from him, he wrote, quote, "Though we have not met, I share the pride your father has for you during this momentous occasion, and I wish you many CAVU days ahead." It stands for Ceiling and Visibility Unlimited. Kind of weather we Navy pilots wanted when we were to fly off our carrier in the Pacific.
Earlier, in a moment made for the history books, the sun set over Washington as the casket bearing the 41st President of the United States was carried up the Capitol steps. Awaiting it at the top, more than a dozen members of President Bush's cabinet, along with his Vice President, Dan Quayle, and an emotional 43rd President, George W. Bush. Inside the Capitol Rotunda, the Speaker of the House paid tribute to a remarkable life.
Throughout his life of service, President Bush personified grace. His character was second to none. He reached the heights of power with uncommon humility. He made monumental contributions to freedom with a fundamental decency that resonates across generations. No one better harmonized the joy of life and the duty of life.
At the Capitol and across the nation, flags fly at half-staff. The New York Stock Exchange observing a moment of silence for the 94-year-old who passed away Friday night at home in Houston after telling his oldest son by phone that he loves him. This morning, the younger President Bush greeted his father's casket at Ellington Air Force Base in Houston. The extended Bush family accompanied the casket to Washington aboard Air Force One, which was renamed Special Air Mission 41 for the flight to Joint Base Andrews. At Andrews, there were solemn tributes from the military for a man who was not just a commander-in-chief, but one of the youngest naval aviators in World War II, flying 58 missions in the Pacific, starting at age 18. He never lost that love of flying. Mr. Bush won the race to succeed President Reagan in 1988 in a landslide, only to be defeated in 1992 by a Democratic governor from Arkansas who tapped into the nation's growing economic anxiety. President Clinton told 60 Minutes that the two men developed a bond anyway.
It's been one of the great joys of my life, my friendship with him. Our arguments were good-natured and open. And we continue to debate things all the way up until recently.
This afternoon, members of the public began lining up to bid farewell to the 41st president, the man who famously called for a kinder, gentler nation. Now, many former members of President Bush's administration attended the ceremony, including James Baker III, Dick Cheney, Colin Powell, and John Sununu, in addition to a half-dozen members of the Supreme Court who showed up as well, including Justice Clarence Thomas, who was appointed by President H.W. Bush, George H.W. Bush, and survived a grueling confirmation controversy. Sharon, back to you.
All right. Dave, thank you. The national farewell to our 41st president, George H.W. Bush, will continue throughout this week.
President Bush's body will lie in state in the Capitol Rotunda for 41 hours until Wednesday morning.
At 11 a.m. on Wednesday, a memorial service will be held at the National Cathedral. President George W. Bush and former Canadian Prime Minister Brian Mulroney will be among those delivering eulogies.
President Bush's body will then be flown back to Houston for a memorial on Thursday.
And then following that service, President Bush will be buried on the grounds of his presidential library in Texas. He will be buried next to his wife, Barbara, who died last April, and their daughter, Robin, who died in 1953 at the age of 3 from leukemia.